Landmark 63 is Mina. Mina is part of the sacred precinct or Haram of Mecca and one of the sacred landmarks related to the rites of Hajj. The entire Surah Al-Mursalat, except for verse 48, was revealed at the foot of Mount Al-Sabih, also known as Mount Mina, before the Hijrah. The cave at the foot of the mountain was called the Cave of Mursalat, and it was intact until recently, when it was demolished when the existing roads were widened to accommodate the growing number of pilgrims for Hajj. The Mosque of Khayf stands at the same location as where the Prophet ﷺ's tent had once pitched. The Mosque of Al-Khayf is associated with numerous prophets ﷺ, who prayed in this location before the Prophet ﷺ. According to some hadith, there were 70 prophets who have prayed here. Surah Al-Nasr was revealed at the Mosque of Al-Khayf on Sunday the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, 10th Hijri. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا. The Prophet ﷺ remained in Mina until he prayed Fajr on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. He then left for Nimrah. Then he went to Arafat and Muzdalifah, and he returned to Mina after throwing stones at Jamarat al-Aqaba, making the sacrifice and performing tawaf, all of which took place on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. He spent the days of Tashriq stoning all 3 days, each day before the midday. And on the 13th, the Prophet ﷺ headed to his tent, Al-Muhassab. Location number 64 is the Valley of Muhassir. The Valley of Muhassir is the boundary that separates Mina from Muzdalifah, and yet it is not part of either. The Prophet ﷺ said, "The whole of Arafat is a place of standing except the middle of Urayna. The whole of Muzdalifah is a place of standing except for the middle of Muhassir. And all of the roads of Mina are a place of sacrifice." On the 16th day, corresponding to the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, the Hajj caravan of the Prophet ﷺ passed through the valley of Muhassir on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. After it left Mina and on its way to Arafat, the caravan went through the valley again when it left Muzdalifah and headed back towards Mina at the dawn of 10th of Dhul Hijjah. It is considered sunnah for the pilgrims to travel through the valley of Muhassir quickly, like the Prophet ﷺ did. One of the most famous incidents to take place here at the valley of Muhassir was a site in 570 CE where the elephants that the Ashemite leader Abraha brought to destroy the Kaaba was miraculously stopped and then retreated. Bir Zubaydah was commissioned and built under the instructions of Zubaydah bint Jafar ibn al-Mansur. She was the best known of the Abbasid princesses and the wife and cousin of Harun al-Rashid. She is particularly remembered for the series of wells and reservoirs, artificial pools that provided water for pilgrims along the route from Baghdad all the way to Mecca and Medina, which was renamed Darb Zubaydah in her honor. Number 65 is a route of Dhab and the valley of Urana. It was the habit of the Prophet ﷺ to vary his routes. Whenever he would go somewhere, his return trip would be different. Even if it was a short distance, such as going to the Eid prayer in Medina or another familiar place. In keeping with this practice, the Prophet ﷺ left Mina to go to Arafah on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, and he took the route known as Tariq Dhab. And upon his return, he took the Tariq or the route of Mazamain. The Prophet Musa alayhi salam is also known to have taken this route, the route of Dhab, when he made his pilgrimage. In the year 9th Hijri, during the Hajj, Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq gave the customary sermon on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah in the middle of Urana. However, during the Hajj of the Prophet ﷺ, he went further into Arafat, crossing the valley of Urana, which is actually outside the legal boundaries of Arafat.